The corner of Madison Road and Raymond Avenue is dangerous. Traffic coming up the hill is hard to see because of a curve. Traffic coming down the hill is hard to spot because of a crest at the top of the hill. Recently when we were filming we got lucky. We filmed a passenger car climbing the hill as a school bus was pulling out of Raymond Avenue. The car's passengers were in their 90s. The school bus driver was looking for traffic at the crest of the hill. The car went into the ditch to avoid a crash. 911 was called. Fortunately, nobody was injured.
The National Highway Traffic Administration says ice and solar glare are some of the primary reasons for accidents. This intersection has both.
When RER Energy built the solar farm, they promised to plant a barrier of trees to hide their project. Most people assumed the barrier would be similar to that at the county dump. If trees were planted 10 feet apart, only 75 trees would be needed. The dump has 2 rows of trees which fills in the gaps. So, a total of 150 trees would be needed. New York State sells these trees. The total cost for 250 trees is $80. Unfortunately, the town was scammed by RER Energy. Instead of planting 150 trees, they planted only 12 bushes that are 18 inches tall.
is the emergency?
We have a accident between a semi and a school bus. There are kids trapped in the school bus.
Sir, are the kids injured or they're just stuck?
We have several kids injured here.
I'm a traffic, a crash, and safety expert, and the number one factor for drivers is vision. You have to accumulate information to make decisions as you're driving down the roadway. The biggest danger in driving is the breakdown in perception and vision, and that would be distraction, impairment, such as alcohol or drugs, or sun glare. Sun glare is an impairment. And now we got two brilliant glare spots affecting both sides of us at the same time. We have glare and stereo. You got to be able to see where you're going. You can't avoid what you don't see. I've personally worked in crashes where pedestrians have been run over and killed on nice days. And that is a huge problem in traffic crashes, and especially with pedestrians. They believe that because they can see you, that you can see them, and that's not always the case.
A disturbing scene in rural Butler County. 3 children struck by a car while waiting for the school bus. All siblings, 1 dead, the other 2 injured.
The location where the children were standing, the way that, the vehicle was positioned at the intersection, combine that with the glare from the sun.
A sanitation worker was hit by an SUV. That worker rushed to the hospital and is in critical condition tonight. The driver is blaming the sun here.
Yeah, Andrew, if you've driven around town when the sun is either rising or setting, you know just how difficult it can be to see sometimes. Well, that's exactly what one woman told police happened to her this morning after she hit a sanitation worker, sending him here to Presby.
We begin tonight with new details surrounding the death of the 79-year-old Salinas man who was struck while riding his bike across the street in his neighborhood Saturday evening.
The driver in Saturday's accident told officers the sun was shining right in her eyes at the time of the crash.
A day later, we're visiting the site of the crash at around the exact same time it happened, and you can tell the sun would be directly in driver's eyes.
She was trying to shade her eyes, but did not see the bicyclist till the last second.
They say a blue Chevy pickup driven by 50-year-old Stanley Young attempted to turn onto Harrison from 84th. 28-year-old Miguel Correa was also in the intersection on his bicycle.
Possible sun glare did factor into that as well for both of the persons involved.
Tonight we have continuing coverage on the accident in Corning that sent a family to the hospital, including a 7-month-old. Corning police say the sun glare played a part in the accident.